Don't talk to me about not doing TG1F stuff. Okay?
I did the whole agenda today while I had my
Okay.
actual job.
God forbid.
I did
God
my
forbid.
I did it today while I had a real job too.
Okay. God forbid.
Anyways, not
What's
a
going
lot
on
to
with your voice
discuss.
today? I feel like,
Fine.
yeah, you sound a little scratchy.
I don't know. I spent the past like 4 or 5 days in hotels, so I feel
Yeah,
like
maybe.
the forced air, like bad
Yeah.
AC, that's just making my throat scratchy. And I just spent 29 hours traveling home
It's
from
true.
literal Texas. So,
Well, I'm just saying it's your week now this week to have
yeah.
vocal fry, and we'll just switch off every other week.
Yeah, I'm like super like Kourtney Kardashian today.
How was your
Blech.
trip to Texarkana?
Texarkana is a place. It is definitely a place. Um it's like really weird.
Hmm.
I felt like I was like had gone back in time almost. Like I felt like I was in prohibition. The alcohol laws in Texarkana are so bizarre. I don't know if it's all of Arkansas or like
No,
what,
it probably is all of Arkansas.
but like it feels like of anywhere in the country that you should be able to drink heavily whenever you want. It should be Texarkana, Arkansas.
You
But
would
like
think.
there was like all these signs at our hotel that were like you cannot bring alcohol into this hotel. Like you can't bring it in, which is super weird. I obviously did it anyways. And then like
Plead the fifth. Okay,
sorry,
don't
I didn't do it. I didn't do shit.
redacted, redacted.
Edit that out. But then we went to the bar and they were like, "Are you eating or drinking with us?" And we were like, "Both." But mostly drinking. And they were like, "Okay, well, you have to sign in this like sign in sheet or you can only eat." And we were like, "What?" So it's like you had to put like your name, your birthday, your address, your phone number, and like all this stuff
Your social
to
security number.
yeah, I was like, what is happening right now? And I guess like, and then Nick went to dinner
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't allowed to, there was no alcohol at the restaurant. And I was like, where are we right now? And
Was there
then,
alcohol at the wedding?
yeah, but I
Uh,
think that's like separate because it was like an event. I don't know. It
I
was
don't know.
so bizarre. It was so bizarre. And I guess because of some law, they had to basically establish the hotel bar as like a members club, like a social club to let people drink. And so basically us signing in was us like signing up for a membership to the club to then be able to like drink alcohol. I don't understand, but it was like I was like of all the places I've been in my life, this is the place where I desperately
Need a drink
need a drink
and
and
I
I
can't get
can't
one.
easily get one. It was so weird.
Oh, I
We
hate that for
also
you.
did find a cockroach in our hotel room. But they were doing a lot of like construction, like outside, like they were painting a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
walls. So it was probably because of that. Because like generally the hotel was pretty clean. It was nice, but it was like just a lot of things stacking up against Texarkana
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
Over
there's no W's coming out of Texarkana.
no. But I mean, the wedding was fun. It was good to see friends and like a bunch of people that like it was like Nick's friend from college. So we saw like a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of his college friends. So it was good, but it was I don't see myself returning for
Unless
sure.
under duress.
Unless they have to drag me back for bringing alcohol into the
Yeah,
hotel.
you're gonna be arrested.
Yeah. So other than that,
Okay.
it was fine. And then yeah, it just took us so long to get home from Texas. It was you know what, I'm for once in my life I'm glad it's the week. I'm glad the weekend is over. So
Well, I was hanging out with the other Lazat sibling
I
this
know, I was
weekend,
very jealous.
so we missed you.
You know, I
Uh,
felt very sad about it when I looked on Snapchat maps and like you and David and Carly were all in the same place. I was like, that should be me. Very jealous. But
well, I'll be in your arms in 5 days, so
thank God. Thank God. We just got a bunch of new furniture out at the fire pit.
can't wait.
Some nice new what is it, wicker furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And they're currently, if you hear any noise in the background, it's because they're currently installing our outdoor shower. Yeah,
Wow,
it's big
huge.
beach living this summer.
Huge. huge. Wow, I can't wait.
I know. And Brewster's Scoop is back open.
Literally, I have been just like counting down the days that I've been home these past 2 weeks because I'm like, when I need to get back to the Cape. Like, I need to not be in New York. Like, I need to be gone. I need to not be here.
Yeah, like we've already been to Brewster's Scoop like twice. It's just as good. It's just as good as you remember, if not better. Yeah, it's really picking up. You know, the summer's really kicking off down here. So
well, we'll have to make an appointment for us to get our BFF tattoos.
Oh, we don't need to make an appointment. You know that. We just walked in last time with four of us.
Yeah, but it was, hold on, I think my UPS is here.
Oh, thank God.
We got it.
Okay. Well, speaking of us being together, first of all, everyone, welcome to this podcast. This is TG1F, an F1 podcast with Kate and Nicole. We're your hosts. My name's Kate.
I'm Nicole.
And this is our show.
Ratchet. And it's about Formula One and maybe other things.
And lots of other things. But this weekend, F1's back. We had a little week off. And this weekend we're going to Montreal. We're not going. F1
We're not physically going. We wish we were, but we didn't get our shit together.
We did not get our shit together, and we opted to spend our money elsewhere, aka going to Italy. So, you know, to each their own.
It is what it is.
But we will be eating poutine at home.
That's for sure.
Making some orange juleps.
That's for sure.
That's for sure. So we'll be making those. We'll be having a lot of fun on Sunday. And that's about it. And I'm so excited because I fucking love poutine. So, like, let's go.
Yeah, the next podcast will be recorded together, IRL.
Live.
We'll be back in the backyard. Backyard Sessions Part 2.
Backyard Sessions Part 2. Backyard Sessions for the next, like, month.
I know. We'll have a live studio audience with us. Riley, our graphic designer, is going to be hanging out with us next week. And her husband. I don't have a husband. I'll be.
You don't have a husband. You can you can take David as your husband if you want, just for the week.
That's okay. I think I'll pass. Thinks though. He has 2 girlfriends now, so he doesn't need a third.
Third time's a charm. Third girlfriend's a charm. Yeah, maybe we'll test out some other like backyard locations now. Maybe we got all that new furniture outside, so maybe we'll just do it in the shower. Maybe it's a whole new podcast live from the outdoor shower. No, it'll
that
be
one's on OnlyFans, guys.
Yeah. It should be super fun. Very excited. We'll also be recording our non-F1 episode all about the Sarah J. Maas universe. I already have a note going about how to structure this so that different people can listen to different sections.
Perfect.
And not get spoilers.
Great.
Okay, so very excited. Lots of fun stuff coming up. But let's talk about F1 and I guess other motorsports.
Yeah, it's been a pretty slow week. We were like, what are we going to talk about today?
There wasn't a lot, but in the motorsport world, there was the 24 Hours of Le Mans this past weekend, and Scuderia Ferrari, just Ferrari won, and on their team, our little baby F1 driver Antonio Giovinazzi, aka F1 Jesus, did win, and I have a very sad stat that goes along with that.
Okay, tell me.
The sad stat is that Charles Leclerc is now the least successful Alfa Romeo driver from a specific period of time. I forget what. I think maybe just like the era of Alfa that he was in or something like that. For a certain amount of time, because Kimi was on Alfa Romeo, is a world champion and also has won the Monaco Grand Prix. Oh yeah, he's the least successful, one of the least successful Alfa Romeo drivers, and he also has not won a Triple Crown race like the rest of them, because Kimi is world champion and a Monaco winner. Giovinazzi has now won Le Mans, and Marcus Ericsson has won the Indy 500. So, unfortunately for Charles, he has not won anything.
Sad.
Sad. I was really upset pulling it together, but you know what? I'm really happy for Giovinazzi.
He looked so good. He looked so happy.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so nice to see we talk about this like almost every week now, but it's so nice to see people leave F1 and like be successful.
Well, it's hard because it's like the least successful Formula One driver is still
really successful.
A really successful driver because there's only 20 spots and there's so many other series that can showcase their talents. So like it's like, oh, you know, Marcus Ericsson was such a bad F1 driver, but like, okay, he's not actually a bad driver. He went and he won the Indy 500. So it's like, I think it's like easy to be like, oh, this person is driving really badly, but then be like, oh, comparatively speaking, they're actually really good. Right. It's all relative, you know, it's all relative. But yeah, so that was a very exciting thing. That was like the big racing that happened this past weekend. The
photos of him in bed with his trophy.
I know.
Alexa played That Should Be Me. People were like, are you talking about that you should be Antonio with the trophy? And I was like, no, I should be the trophy and he should be looking at me like that. Like, that's what I mean. Obviously, you guys. Obviously, I'm not trying to win Le Mans.
I'm trying to win Le Mans.
Should we start a team? It was also a pretty big weekend because NASCAR entered, like there was a NASCAR car in Le Mans and it was like the first entry. And so
it was a big crossover weekend.
It was a big weekend for motorsport, and I think it's really exciting to see so many people get into so many new aspects. Like I'm loving this motorsport renaissance. Yes. And you know, we talked a little bit about this with Hannah at Bloomberg, where it's like the accessibility of Formula One is kind of going down. And the other series are going up. And so people are like, well, I just kind of generally like motorsports and watching cars go fast. So let's see what else is out there. And so it's very nice to see a pickup in some other series. So
absolutely. Another thing that came out this weekend that I have to talk about, and I'm so freaking excited, is that Barbie and Ken are going to Monaco. The new, first of all, just like without even the setting, I'm so psyched for this movie. You know how I feel about a heist.
You do. You know that I love it.
I love a heist, and I love the Oceans movies, like Oceans 11, 12, and 13. Like and 8, but the OG ones,
the OGs, yeah,
I love them. Like I love those movies. So yeah, when Ocean's 8 came out, I was like so psyched about it. I just love a heist. And like a little known fact about me for everyone listening is that one of my biggest dreams is I wish I could be involved in a heist.
I didn't know that about you.
Like I dream of being involved in a heist, and I just love these movies.
Well, you were a little bit involved in a heist. You brought alcohol illegally into a Texarkana.
No, but a heist is you take things away.
Okay.
That was me. That was a reverse heist. That was an implantation, not a theft. So there's been some news that came out that Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are going to be starring in a new movie that's an Ocean's 11 prequel. Huge for me and my brand. But the prequel takes place at the Monaco Grand Prix, and the heist is against one of the yachts in the marina at the race. And I'm just like, this is such an intersection of everything that
I love.
Like, I'm like, this is made for me. This is my Super Bowl. This is my Joker. This movie will be my Joker. I literally can't wait for it. I'm about to like make Daniela figure out how I can be an extra in this movie. Like I need this movie injected into my veins.
Okay, so say you can only pick 3 other drivers on the grid to do a heist with you. Who are you picking?
Yuki, because he's small and can fit into like small spaces, because you always need someone to like be like a contortionist and like fit in. I'm picking, Yuki is an obvious one. I
think I would put Charles to be the seducer. I would choose Charles or Carlos to be like the sexy one, to be like,
they're too notable.
The distraction.
Though. They have
in this scenario, pretend that they're not like world famous. They're just, you just know their skills.
Okay. Well, no, I still don't, because I don't think that because the thing here, Nicole, the thing about a heist.
You need a distraction.
Let me mansplain this heist situation to you.
Okay.
Because
please.
the thing about a heist is you can't be noticeable afterwards. Charles and Carlos are so beautiful that even if they're the distraction, they can't look like themselves afterwards. Like, they are too notable about how beautiful they are. Like, you can't ugly them up at all. Remember, in the Ocean's movies, they would always have Matt Damon, because he would put like the fake nose on, and they would kind of ugly him up so then he wouldn't be notable afterwards. So with that in mind, I'm thinking I would take Botas, because I think that he is like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think he's one of the he's a little bit more like malleable. Like, you can make him, he's looked very different so many times in his life, and so I feel like you could put like different hair on him, or like the mustache makes him look so different, so I feel like you could really change up his appearance to blend in places. So I'm gonna go with him for like the covert operations. And then let's see, I'm gonna go with,
who's your getaway driver?
any of them. But I'm gonna go with, you know what, I actually think I am gonna pick Charles. Because he knows so many languages that he could be the behind the scenes interpreter, translator, like, or like over the walkie talkies, or like doing the phone calls, the fake phone calls, using different voices and different accents and different languages to throw people off. So Yuki, Botas, Charles.
Okay, dream team.
Are heisting.
The dream team, Ocean's 4. OSHA's 4, Mula 1.
Ocean's 4, Mula 1. That's it. This is my dream. Okay, like I'm actually probably gonna have like a dream about this. Like, I'm reading this book.
Kate's writing a fanfic. Lily, do you still need fanfic writers? Because Kate's gonna write you one.
I'm writing one, and let's see, what are we heisting? I'm coming up with a heist right now. Oh, we're in Saudi Arabia for the Grand Prix, and we're heisting from the Saudi Arabian prince that held Alexis Rose captive in his home.
David.
Oh, David. Yeah, that's the heist. And it's gonna be really good.
You're stealing the crown jewels.
Yeah, from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Okay.
So huge for me. This movie is made for me. I am so psyched about it.
Like before, I know we've casted ourselves in movies, but Kate will be playing herself in this role. She's actually
this is me.
She's playing this role.
I'm about to take some acting classes with Lewis. He's getting ready for Top Gun, whatever movie he's going to be in for Tom Cruise next, and I'm getting ready for Ocean's 4, Mula 1.
It can be a combo Tom Cruise, Lewis directing. Obviously, Tom Cruise with the Mission Impossible. He's pretty good with the stunts, so I feel like
he could be the bad guy in this.
Yeah, I feel like then we can get Lewis involved in this movie making adventure as well.
Yeah.
I will be making a cameo, obviously. As just, like, a hot person in the background, but you're the starring role, so I'm not taking yours.
Thanks.
I'm not taking
I'm sorry, this is my dream here.
No, I know my place. I'm an extra.
No, you're my best friend, and you're the one who, like, there's always someone else around the scenario, because, like, in the Ocean's movies, there's always Tess or like someone like that. There's always another person. So I feel like maybe you, got it. You are dating the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Perfect. I mean, obviously that makes sense.
And we're using. I have to send a uglified Botas to try to distract you and to give you get you to give up information.
I was gonna say
on the Crown Prince.
I think I could switch sides though,
and you could be turned.
Yeah, you could turn me for sure. And then I could be in on the heist a little bit.
Yeah,
because I just want to be involved.
Yeah, but you're like the unwitting, like you don't know that you're involved, but then you're like Anne Hathaway in Ocean's 8, where she's the pawn and then she turns. You know?
Yeah. Perfect.
God, I fucking love a heist. I'm planning this right now. I'm literally like figuring out how it's gonna go.
Come back next week, guys. Kate will have the entire storyline
I need to
complete with rising and falling
honestly,
actions.
you know what it is I need actually to go back to Arkansas and get thrown in jail so that I have nothing but time to plan my heist. And it's not to write the script, it's to actually plan it out in my head. The actual heist itself.
She will be following through. So if
That's
you guys...
how it always happens. That's how it always happens. They go to jail and they figure out their next heist. And they have to say, I'm rehabilitated. I'm rehabilitated. I'm sorry. I will never do it again.
Did you
and then
watch
they release them back and they do it again.
Kaleidoscope on Netflix?
Is that the one where there's like the
colors and you can watch
order?
it? Yeah.
No, we tried and then I
also tried, but it starts with him in jail. And then he's like plotting his revenge. She's like plotting his heist.
I have to go to jail, I think.
I mean, it only makes sense.
There's only one thing left for me.
There's only one plausible explanation for how we're going to get this heist done. And it's if you get arrested.
All right. I'm going back to Arkansas. I'm turning myself in.
Okay, manifest minute, guys. Imagine Kate.
How do I get to jail? And then I have to heist myself out of jail, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
All right. Anyways, what else?
Enough about the heist. Lando was in my hometown, or not my hometown, my current living town.
He was. Is he still there?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I just saw the Martin Garrix. Yeah.
Who, as we all know, they all fucking
love
jerk Martin Garrix off every day.
What does he have on them? Like, why is everyone friends with Martin Garrix?
Jerking Martin Garrix at any given moment. Someone's fucking jerking him off. Like, why?
Like, I mean, he's got some good tunes, but he must be a really good guy.
Where? Like,
he must just be a really fun guy.
I guess. How does he choose which of the drivers he hangs out with on any given weekend?
Do you think they have like a sign-out schedule where you
rent alcohol, but
you rent Martin Garrix from Monaco for the weekend? And you gotta sign him out. It's like the class pet when you're in elementary school and they all take turns watching him.
It's the social club that I had to sign up for to be able to drink alcohol in Arkansas. Exactly. It's the social club to be able to hang out with Martin Garrix.
Exactly. And everyone in the Formula One paddock is a card-carrying member.
Yeah, they are.
They love him. I don't know if... I'm assuming Lando's still here. If he's not here, he's in Canada because they're all...
Maybe Martin is performing, and so they're like, let's just hang for the week. That feels like something you and I would do.
Yeah.
It's like, I am going to be with you on the weekend, so why don't I just come for the week?
Danny was also here, obviously. Was he? Yeah, he was sighted in the West Village last week.
Right.
And yeah, I think Friday he was in the West Village. The For the Girls F1 podcast posted about it. They were at the same restaurant as him. And I said, that should be me once again. But I don't leave my house anymore, really. So, except to go to the Cape. So, simply couldn't be me. I was at Dumbo House last week, Soho House. And I was just like, Carly's like, oh, have you never been here before? And I was like, no, remember I have been here before.
I've been outside of here before.
She's like, oh, right, I forgot. She's like, not to bring back those memories. And I was like, it's okay.
Not to bring up
warning.
Yeah.
But Danny's gearing up for his telecast that him and Will Arnett are getting. I talked about this briefly on the Instagram and like TikTok last week, but it came
exciting.
Out
so
afterwards.
exciting.
So him and Will Arnett are going to have 3 telecasts on ESPN2, and it's for Montreal and then the last 2 American races, so Austin and Vegas.
So are they doing like they're commentating the race and it's like a whole thing, or is it just like the pre-show?
From what I got from it, it was like a pre-show because they're gonna like have guests on to like talk about things.
Got it.
But I feel like that could maybe change post because it's on ESPN too. So like if they're showing the race on ESPN, like they're not gonna also be showing a second commentary on ESPN, right? So it might be like pre and post show coverage. And they might be airing some like a portion of it on ESPN2, and then you can watch like other footage.
Got it.
Elsewhere.
Okay. I was like, how many fucking screens are we going to have this weekend?
I know.
We're going to have F1
No.
TV. We're going to have ESPN2. We just need to like, it's going to be the heist room. It's going to be like the person who's at the computers.
Yeah, it's the war room for sure. So I'm very excited to kind of see how Danny does with that. Even though we said we were fighting Will Arnett in Austin, we will be supporting him on his journey with Danny in the future telecasts Formula One space.
Get them. What is it? A Webby? No, a daytime Emmy.
A daytime Emmy. A Webby would be something we would win. I mean, if anyone wants to submit us.
Also, another thing that happened with Lando. Speaking of Lando, we talked about Lando and then we talked about Danny, and now we're going back to Lando.
Well, we're gonna go back to Danny too, so I have another thing.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going Lando, Danny.
Okay.
Lando, Danny.
Okay, great.
Let's fill the space. So speaking of Lando, something very exciting, super on brand for us happened where Niall Horan of One Direction fame, obviously, did discuss Formula One and our two of our faves, Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris, and talked about how they all have to go golfing and like talk about my dream.
It was, well, obviously last year, don't forget, Lando and Niall did play.
I kind of do want to forget it.
In the same tournament.
Yeah.
And they were not paired together, which was
fake.
An absolute crime against TG1F. It was devastating and hurtful all the same. But
it was a personal attack.
It was a personal attack. They said, you can't receive that. So Niall did the GQ, like, it's really me or whatever that is, where he goes and like answers fan comments on things with a different account. And so one of them was like, hey, I saw that Charles recently followed Niall back on Instagram. Are they going to play golf together? And Niall was like, oh, I didn't know Charles followed me back. I knew Lando followed me back. But that's great. Would love to get a game together with the lads. And I was like, yes.
I will literally die.
I will sell one of my organs to be there.
Literally, I will do anything. Truly anything.
So what do you need from me? Because I'll do it. If you need me to set up a tea time for y'all, I can do that. Do you need some ideas about where to play? I can source some locations. What is it? I'll set it up.
I'd be a location scout. We'll do it all.
My next job is going to be, I'm going to get a job at some nonprofit, and then I'm going to pitch a fundraiser, which is a golf tournament. And then I'm going to be like,
perfect.
It's going to be celebrity based. And then
the wheels are turning.
I'm playing the long game here for my next role. Where I will personally be responsible for pairing Niall, Lando, Charles, and let's throw in Carlos because he also plays golf, and they can be a foursome during this tournament.
Perfect.
And it just makes sense.
And it's like, and if they need, because usually I feel like when you do that, like they always you have like a professional with you, like you have a pro, Lily.
Perfect. Done.
I mean. This is everything to me.
So
and I'll pay anything that they need for that fundraiser. Like I will fundraise.
I'll fund.
I'll be selling
those funds.
I will be collecting box tops. I will be collecting everyone's cans and bringing them to the grocery store to raise funds.
Yeah. The yogurts, whatever you need.
Girl Scout cookies.
We're there.
I'll sell them.
We're so there, it's insane.
And
okay,
back to Danny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of unhinged kind of theories that we're working with is so okay, I will admit that I may have taken a little edible, but I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw Christian posted a photo of him barbecuing, and he was wearing a shirt with the number 3 on it, and I was like, fresh off my Taylor Swift mind games. And obviously, if you know Taylor Swift, you know that the fandom is literally insane with the Easter eggs that they try and pull out of shit that she says, where they're like, oh,
well, they're always there.
because she is notorious for like Easter eggs, but then it's gotten to a point where people are like, oh, she like
She
added an
blinks 3
extra,
times.
yeah, she added an extra period in this sentence, which means it's 2 weeks from today on the second full moon of the third month, and we're gonna get the new release of limited edition vault track from 1989, and you're just like, how the fuck did we get here? But anyway, so Christian posted a photo and it said summer has arrived, barbecue time, and I said wheels are turning.
And he was wearing a shirt with the number 3 on it.
So in my brain, I was like, obviously he's foreshadowing silly season this summer is arriving. Someone is arriving to the team this season. His name is Danny Rick, and he wears the number 3. And we're in front of a barbecue, shrimps on the bobby, Australian. It all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
It's all there.
You were me unraveling the SJM universe on mushrooms last year. That was you.
That was me.
And all comes back to Juniper, baby. It all comes back to Juniper.
And so I don't want, some people were in the comment section be like, Tommy Hilfiger uses 3 because it's a captain in the polo, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Like, you know that this is a joke, right? You know how to have fun.
Like, do you know how to, like, be silly on the internet? Apparently not. Apparently not. That's illegal.
What did you guys think when you came to our page? This was a serious account. We're being
also, but
serious.
the people who commented were, like, following us. I'm like, do you not know how we behave here? Like obviously, I'm joking. And even if I wasn't, let me live. And just get hyped for a fact that Danny's going to be on Red Bull next season driving in the second seat. So mind your business.
Like, mind your business. And, like, why be a hater when you can just have fun? Why be logical? Just have fun.
We're only delusional here.
Fun. Just have fun. Just have fun. Just have fun.
So I don't want to say, I told you so when the time comes and Danny gets that second seat. I'm not going to be like, hey, I told you so. And some people are like, you guys are giving Christian too much credit. And I said, he's mastermind. It's fine. He's taking tips from Taylor.
He's taking tips.
And I'm looking forward to saying I told you so.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are going to rue the day, and I'm going to be up in my little soapbox.
You will rue the day.
And saying, told you so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I told you so. So, I'm keeping that in my heart and in my mind. And that's what I'm manifesting.
Perfect.
So that's the rumor mill this week.
We love the rumor mill.
And I'd like everyone to help spread it so that it becomes so true.
Rumor.
Red Bull has
that rumor.
No.
Spread that rumor.
Like, they have no excuse. They just like, well, so many people have been speaking about this as truth, so it must be true. So sorry, you gotta go.
Exactly. Do you want to play a game?
Yeah, I would love to play a game.
We're gonna play a little game this week. Because we haven't played one of these in a little bit, and I, for one, am very excited about it. This is called What Do We Think Every Driver's Idea of a Perfect First Date Is?
So fun.
Let's kick it off. Lewis, what do you think Lewis's idea of a perfect first date is?
I think Lewis. Okay, so can we set the scene? Are these dates as like if they were kind of like normal people, or if they're themselves?
No, I mean, for me, I did it just as I know them right now.
Okay.
So, like, as themselves.
Okay, because I would be like, I think Lewis, if he wasn't famous, he would be like, we're going rock climbing. Like, but like, because he's like he's like super rich, he probably wouldn't take you to a rock climbing gym, but like something equivalent where it would be like definitely more active on the first date.
That's exactly what I said. I said something active, like going on a hike. Like, I feel like he'd be like, let's go, like, on a hike somewhere. Like, if he's in LA, you're doing, like, the classic hills hike to see the Hollywood sign. Like, you're doing, like, where all the celebrities go. Like, he's doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely was like, Lewis is active. And I know he would be like, we're going to go to my favorite rock climbing gym. And I'd be like, no.
Yeah. George. For me, I said that George would drive you to the English countryside and have a little picnic. Just feels very like George, and he'd be wearing a cardigan.
I was going to say, I think George would be kind of corny, and he would, like, take you to the zoo.
Oh.
Like, it's kind of sweet, but it's also, you're kind of like, okay, can't we do something else? But he would, like, really think that it's sweet. Because one time
never do
in
that.
the chat, you mentioned that you were, like, you really liked tigers or some shit as a kid. And he was like, she'll love going to the zoo.
And you want to know what? If it was me, he would be right. I'd be like, this is the best. One of my favorite days me and Nick have ever been on was when we went to New York and he brought me to the Central Park Zoo and I literally had the time of my life. It was the best day ever.
Okay, well, when you come home with me, I'll take you to the Brookfield Zoo.
Okay, please. It was just closed for COVID the last time I was there.
Yeah.
Max. What do you have for Max?
I think Max is just taking you to a movie so he doesn't have to talk to you.
Okay. I think he would want to do something like very low key, like maybe have you over and you could like get takeout, or maybe you guys like cook something.
I'm not doing that on a first date. I'm not going to a random man's home on a first date.
Well, maybe you won't. But I'm saying
safety,
that's
bitch.
his idea of a perfect first date.
I guess
is that it would be like at home, maybe watch a movie, maybe get some takeout, hang out. It doesn't mean that you've never met him before. It's just your first date. Like maybe you've been friends, and it's like we're gonna go on a date, but it's gonna be like let's do something together.
Though. That's like not a date. It's you hanging out. There's a difference.
Well, that's the difference to you.
Okay, I guess.
I'm saying what's Max's idea
so
of first date?
So you and Nick on date night, you're like, let's stay in. It's date night. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes we like get takeout from our favorite place and we watch a movie, and it's just a date to me personally is just about quality time and like really spending that quality time and making a point of being like, we're gonna put our phones down, we're gonna not do anything, and we're just gonna like, that's date night. We did date night the other week.
This is why Kate has a husband and I don't.
Like the other week, we set up the projector in the courtyard and we made some popcorn and we literally just watched our
but that's
little Netflix
cute
show
because
outside.
It's different. It's not just like sitting on the couch and watching a movie.
Well, maybe it's at home. I was just saying he would do something low key at home.
Okay,
Max is a billionaire. He has like a
not a billionaire,
mansion.
but
he has different rooms in his house. He doesn't just have a one room home.
Okay, I need everyone to sound off in the comments. Do you think a date, like a first date, can be at someone's house and that be a legitimate first date?
I think it could be.
I don't I don't think that it can be.
Well, I do. Okay, Checo. What do you have for Checo?
I think Checo is very kind of just like dinner. I didn't see anything kind of fun for him. I was just like, I feel like he would just take you out. Maybe he would take you to a brewery.
See, for me, I don't know. I was thinking about this for a long time today. And when I was doing this, Checo's came to my brain immediately, and I have no idea why. But I just feel like he's very rich. He has like all these like investors. He's like very rich from Mexico. For some reason, I feel like he'd kind of show that off, and he would take you on like a hot air balloon ride, like something like very out of the blue.
Okay,
I don't know. It was like the first thing that came to my brain. I feel like it would be like this kind of like big thing that's like very unique, and like when are you ever gonna do that? I don't know.
Okay,
something fun like that.
That's fair. I like that.
Danny.
I said Danny would take you to a sporting event.
Okay. I said like a dive bar with some live music. Like
okay.
I feel like he'd go somewhere like very chill, like some fun music, and he's like, oh, I love this like guy, they like, or this band. They're like super underground. No one really knows about them, but they play at my favorite dive bar. And like that's like his like ideal thing to do.
Love that.
See how you like mesh into his environment, you know? Charles.
Do we think Danny's good at darts?
No. I don't know. Hand-eye coordination is pretty important for F1 drivers, so maybe.
He was shitting on Max in that one video about he was like, F1 drivers have no athleticism. And then he's like, I'm the only one. So maybe he's good at darts. While Max is like throwing the axe and missing completely. So
for Charles, I said his idea would probably be going out on his boat and like bringing like some like wine and food and just like having a little like boat day because he like loves going on this boat.
Yeah, I said I think he would be really cultured and take you to the opera.
Oof. Oh, okay, I'll do that.
He would just be like, pick you up, wear something nice, and then you just walk into the box and you have nothing but cold champagne. That's how I'm imagining it.
A dream. Carlos.
I think Carlos would take you to a cooking class.
Cute.
And you guys could cook together. Because it's not at home, but it's something that he loves to do. And like you can go, learn how to cook something new together.
Okay, well, I also had Carlos's at home, but I would say that like it's at home, it's like summertime, and he invites you over for like a little like barbecue, and he's like grilling. There's music on. His dog is there, and it's just like a very like I feel like Carlos is more like casual, where he's just like, I'm pretty normal. Like, come see. Like, I want. I just feel like he and Danny have kind of similar vibes to me, where like they want to see how you like blend into like their environment,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that like Danny's is like he loves live music and going out, and I feel like Carlos is like a homebody. Like he's like, when I am off, I'm always at home and I'm like spending time with my friends and family, and so I feel like it would be very much like casual and just like, oh, come over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna barbecue and like we'll have some wine and music and just like hang out with his dog.
Okay.
Alonzo.
What did you have for Alonzo?
I had him going karting at like a local karting track because I feel like he still loves karting, and I feel like he would like love going and like being a little competitive.
I was gonna say for some reason I imagine him wanting to go snowmobiling.
Oh,
Which is like obviously like in Spain it's not like they're like big snow people, but I just like imagine him like wanting to be like, it'd be really fun if we went snowmobiling.
I mean, I guess he could probably do like I feel like they do a lot of like quad. What are they called?
The ATVs.
ATVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something similar like that where it's like it's like a
Yeah.
little bit more extreme.
I feel like something a little bit extreme, something like a little bit competitive.
Definitely competitive, yeah.
Lance.
For Lance, I have kayaking.
Oh, cute. Okay. I said just like a classic. I feel like Lance is a classic dinner and a movie kind of guy, but like the movie is at his like movie theater in his house.
In case anyone was wondering, Kate is a very big homebody and she doesn't want out to go outside ever.
I literally hate going out. So like, yeah, all of these are kind of like my brain. I'm like, what's a perfect date with this person? And it's just being at home. But I don't know. I just also feel like these are all like famous people, and so like I feel like they have to keep their relationships a little bit private, so like some of them might be more prone to like doing something at home rather than like going out somewhere.
See, I'm looking at it as like this is who they are but without kind of the star power, so that's why I'm like a little bit more public facing dates, because it's not like you're not going out with Carlos Sainz, you're just going out with Carlos, it's just like he's just some guy you met. They're all some guy, as we like to say.
Some guy. Well, Lance, I just figured like he'd be like, I have a movie theater in my house, so like I've rented out the movie theater. It's my house.
Fair enough.
You would go out to dinner, but then you would like go watch a movie, and like it would be in his home theater.
Okay, fair enough.
Pierre is obviously taking you to Salt Bay's restaurant.
I was gonna say definitely taking you to a restaurant that's like super sceney and the food's not even that good.
I was like, he's bringing you to Salt Bay because he's close personal friends with him. And then it's like, but he's planning it for a night that then he can take you to an industry event so that he can show off like how cool and famous he is. Yeah. Like he's taking you to like a movie premiere, or he's taking you like somewhere like an awards gala. Like I feel like the first time we ever see him with girls is always at like an award show or something where he's just like, yeah, do you want to come on a date with me? Yeah, you're my date to this like cool event. Look how famous I am.
Love that.
Esteban, I had Disneyland Paris.
Okay, cute. I have pottery class.
Adorable. I just feel like he and Elena went to Disneyland a lot, and I feel like it was his idea.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he loves it.
I think that
I think it was so successful for him. Like she loved it so much that he was like, girls love Disneyland Paris.
I have pottery just because I think Esteban would like something a little more creative and like to do something. Yeah.
Yuki, what do you have for Yuki?
Yuki is taking you to a good restaurant where the food is actually good.
Okay.
Like he's a foodie, but the food is actually going to be good, and it's going to be kind of like underground.
I had it like a food market.
Okay.
Like where there's like a bunch of different like food stalls, and it's just kind of like you're bopping around, you're getting a little something from all the things, and like I feel like he would like know the exact places to go and be like, they're all serving kind of maybe similar foods, but he knows which item to get from every single one.
100%.
Which I think would be like so fun. Nick, I said I have literally not a single clue. Maybe a movie. Like I know nothing about this man.
I don't know. I wouldn't know too much about Nick, but for some reason, in my mind, it came to me I think it's Louise in The Night Changes, where
I know,
he's
this whole cross
driving.
was so Night Changes.
Driving, and then you get a flat tire through the English countryside. Like, that's what I imagine is just very much like happening to Nick, is like you're just going for an afternoon kind of drive, see where the night or the day takes you, and then obviously flat tire ensues.
Incredible. Botas is a classic coffee date. Like, he's taking you to his favorite coffee shop.
I think
and you're just gonna spend the whole day. You're going for a coffee date in the morning, but you're gonna spend the whole day at the coffee shop and not realize it. And you're gonna end up ordering like pastries for breakfast and like a sandwich for lunch, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be dinner time. You're like, oh my god, should we like go get some dinner?
I have similar, but the roastery. Like, you're going to where they like make coffee, and it's kind of like a bigger experience than just the coffee shop.
Joe, I had like going to like a fashion show.
Me too.
or going shopping, or just like going to like a really cool neighborhood where there's like cafes and shopping, and like you're just kind of like spending the day walking around.
Yeah. It's very low key. You're kind of just like window shopping, and just
he's probably gonna like casually drop like $1 million.
Yeah, obviously.
On some like limited edition shoes or something like that, Alex Albon.
He's taking you to the local animal shelter.
Okay, adorable.
And you guys are going to go volunteer and walk a couple of dogs for the day.
Ugh, that's cute. I had like something fun and kind of like out of the box. Like, you're going to do like bumper cars and then go to like a carnival or something like that. Like, he's just like, oh, I saw this like fairs in the town, or like there's like this fun thing, and like we're gonna go do that. And it's just like, I would have never thought to do that like on a date, like something like very fun.
Yeah, that's cute.
Logan's
taking you fishing, deep sea fishing.
Okay, I said mini golf.
Mini golf.
Like, I feel like that's so Florida. So
Florida. I just feel like he is prone. Like, on his Instagram, he has like a bunch of photos of him deep sea fishing. So he'd take you on your boat, and you'd kind of be like, "Is he gonna murder me out here?" But then it all turns out fine, and maybe
and you're like, "I caught a big fish."
You catch a big fish, and then maybe he cooks it for you for dinner.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. K-Max taking you sailing on his boat.
I said
it's another boat day.
I said like hiking or camping.
Yeah. Oh, camping on a first date. Imagine someone's like, let's go on a date. Let's actually just sleep over.
Not
in
me.
The wilderness.
I mean, I don't love camping, so it's like not for me, but like people who like camping might be into it. I don't know.
I would probably be into it.
I don't know.
It would have to be like, the date would have to come after I like knew him for a little bit.
Well,
like,
I mean, I already stated that
like,
I'm not going to someone's house on a first date.
Right.
I'm not doing that. So like, I have to at least meet you in public first. So obviously, like,
yeah,
maybe at this point it's like we've known each other,
like you're friends, and then you decide to Nico Hulkenberg, I said he would want to do something like weird but cool, like going to like the Renaissance Fair. Like, I just feel like he'd be like, oh, this weird, like, I feel like almost like Alex Albon, he'd be like, oh, this weird thing is like happening, we should go to that. Or like he would like look up like events in my area and like find something cool.
Nico is definitely giving me big like carnival vibes. Like, he's just kind of like, it's a little fun, maybe a little cringy. Maybe he wins you a stuffed animal.
Yeah. Lando, I had like going for a drive in one of his cool cars.
I have
like,
arcade.
He's like, I don't know, let's just like drive around. I'll pick you up in my cool car, and then like maybe you'll like get lunch, or maybe you'll like go to the driving range or something. Like, he's just kind of like, I don't really know.
I have like an arcade barcade.
Okay, that's
so
fun.
You can go play games.
In reality, I feel like he'd probably take you to like a Martin Garrix concert, and you'd be backstage, and like he'd be like, oh, I know him. Or you just like go to the club that Martin's playing at.
That's fair.
And then last but not least, but kind of least, Oscar Piastri.
How do you think about it?
Last and least. I literally said, I let it quote like word for word, helicopter ride, but only because I saw him do that in Drive to Survive.
It wasn't even Drive to Survive. It was just a random video. No. Oh. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, Oscar would be maybe ice cream. You'll go get ice cream on your first date.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'd go on most of these dates.
Yeah, I'd go on all of them.
I'd go on any of them.
Maybe not camping.
I'd probably go camping.
And maybe not a movie and take out at Max's.
I'd do any of them. I'd do any of the above.
Well, that was fun. I would love to go. If
That was
any
fun.
of these drivers actually want to let us know if you would do any of these dates and you want to do any of these dates with us, like please don't hesitate to reach out.
Nicole does not have a husband, so
In
she
case
is
you
ready.
in case you haven't forgotten, I don't have a husband. So, all right, anything in the girls' room?
Only thing really in the girls' room is that Issa did an interview in a magazine in Spain, and she did confirm that she and Carlos have broken up and that she's just kind of leaning on her friends and family right now. And it was ahead of Carlos's sister's wedding that was over the weekend. And she was like, right now, like the only focus should be on like her wedding. She was like a really close friend of mine, and like I just hope she has a great time. So she didn't really want their story to take over.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just saying like, luckily I've been really busy with my job and I love what I do, and so it seems like she's doing okay, but very sad to know that it has officially confirmed.
Yeah.
Upset. And I just feel like Lily said something about this on her story the other day, but the more couples break up in F1, the more PDA we get from Pierre and Kika. They're like, we're still here, we're still going strong, baby. Like,
so true.
it's like every time a couple breaks up, they're posting a new selfie together, just like being
tongues down each other's throats.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. And then Alex was at Le Mans with Charles.
Did you see that one photo? One photo of her where it was like Charles and like his three friends, and they're like leaning over the open window, and then Alex is like behind the glass.
Yeah.
And she's like this.
I'm like, mood. She's like, I've been up for 24 hours at this
It's
point.
like, wow, mood, bestie.
Yeah, not much else going on. There's been like more rumors about Lance having a girlfriend, but I think nothing has like totally been confirmed, so I'm just like not really.
Yeah, there's rumors about Carlos's new girl, but we're not going to be talking too much about that.
No, I shan't.
No real updates on Lando's new boo, potentially.
Everyone's just kind of out here doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a lot of more discussion around Lewis, because obviously everyone's talking about Shakira, but then Juliana Nelu just came back in the picture because she was out to lunch with Zoe Dutch, and you could see in the reflection of the window Lewis. And it was like the same day, same time as like something else that was posted. You could see that they were in the same outfits. So it looks like Lewis might be in New York City, and he might be with Juliana. And so like, what's going on?
He is in New York.
Yeah,
he posted a photo from his apartment building. So
true. Lewis is just in his slutty boy summer.
Good for him.
Lewis is always in his slutty boy
Lewis
summer.
also doesn't have a husband. So
Lewis does not have a husband, and he doesn't need one. So, well, TBD. Lewis is just fucking around, and I'm glad for him.
I can't wait to find out.
He deserves to have some fun.
Amen.
And that's about it. That's all I had for the girls' room, really. Nothing crazy.
Real manifest minutes lately. I think people are just wanting us to manifest a very fun and exciting race in Montreal this weekend.
And also a heist for me.
And also a heist for Kate, right? So, we've got a lot of things. You guys can all take this time to really personally manifest something for yourself. If you could also manifest me getting a job, that would be great. Love that for you, for me, and a husband. So if you guys just use all of your mental energy on manifesting good things for me, I would really love that. Thanks so much. If it's not too much of a hassle for you.
We do spend a good portion of our lives manifesting for you guys, so the least you could do is manifest for us a little. A heist
and a husband, okay?
Yeah, so basically jobs for both of us. A 9 to 5 for Nicole and a heist for me. They're both jobs, okay?
A husband for me, so thank you.
Yeah.
And also, if anyone has any hot single friends, introduce me. I'm always looking. So
Maze.
And that's what you missed.
We'll be back live and in person next week. But
we've got some really fun content planned too while we're together. I'm very excited for you guys to see it.
Did you see I added to the content doc?
No.
A note on Sunday while I was on the airplane for 3 hours waiting to take off. I was noodling on some ideas. I was doing the noodle dance on the plane.
Can't wait.
But until
Oh,
then, guys, we'll see ya on the internet.
bye.
Bye.